As we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. A candle loses nothing when it lights another candle. Just as one candle lights another and can light thousands of other candles, so one heart illuminates another heart and can illuminate thousands of other hearts. Shining a light on someone else doesn't diminish mine. Take time here to encourage people and lift them up. There is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. Everyone in this room has a powerful light within. Thank you for using that light to shine beyond yourself and help our community. When we live united, we can light up the world. Welcome to the 2023 Community Impact Awards. I'm Shannon Kogan, Wave News anchor and proud supporter of Metro United Way. I cannot be there with you in person this year, but couldn't miss the chance to join in on this celebration. I hope you enjoy the morning and are inspired by one another. Let's start by shining a spotlight on the amazing youth group, Mighty Shades of Ebony, to get this party started.
Equimini squad. If life is a test, love is the answer. If love is the answer, then what is the question? If life is a test, what is the lesson? No time for drama, no time for stressing. Overlook my culture, that's a microaggression. She sees all the hate and the pain and the tragedy. Failing at life, that's an impossibility. Focus on your life, her future is bright. It's all about her business, now it's time to take flight. She can turn her passions and her dreams into reality. Intelligent child, deep mentality. Love is not a hopeless place, light up the darkness. Fire flames spit up, what? AJ can spark okay. Power in her pain. Rainbows from rain. Never be afraid to go against the grain. How else can I say this? Hi, my name is D3. When I'm on the mic, I ain't nothing to play with. Stacking crazy paper like a skyscraper. Always on the rise, just like an elevator. Ding. MC annihilator. Runs about like a laser. I spit hella bars. I'm a superstar. Fancy lights, flashcards, metaphors, simile. I'm a living legacy, and inherently, I manifest my destiny. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Shaking haters off like a D-O-double-G. Big dog status, yeah, that is me. Now it's the time to let Ian kill the beat. Yeah, I'm Ian. I'm ambitious, ain't no competition. Race without a finish, definition of expedition. Now I'm on a mission, chasing millions like I'm Usain Bolt. Running up the digits, call me Spider-Man. I am swift, but I'm never missing. Keanu, with Smith, I'm a misfit because I'm really different. Put it up, these civilians who protect me, you better respect me. Test me, try to come back me, no worse than potential than guessing. You better know everything outside of dumbery. And I made that, once regretting, you know that we hate that. We going for, you know we don't backtrack. I'ma keep going forever and ever until it get better and better. And money no joke, that ain't funny, keep working until you get paid to sleep. I was working all the way back in the hood with me. I was working way before that was new to me. Now everybody act like that was cool to me. What? Huh? Keep working on yourself, don't you worry about no friends. Not everybody's the same, they might switch up for a band. Take care of your mental health or else the pain will never end.
They coming for his life when you try to take his life. When they take away his life, as the people taking flight. Somebody call the doctor. I kinda feel strange. So many people telling lies, I think the world is
growing insane.
R.I.P. Breonna Taylor, don't forget to say her name.
Breonna!
Go through my pain, yeah. I'ma bring Obama back. I'ma be the change, yeah. I'ma make an impact. Say my name, Mary. That is what we are. Yeah. We gon' wanna know, like the paragon. Yeah. So many sides to the
mental perspective.
The new dialectic. This is our future.
We better protect it.
Our life is precious.
MSC and Lionheart, you better respect us.
What is the lesson?
Life is just like the paragon. That is what we on. That is what we on. Yeah, that is what we on. Okay, if you deal by death, by life, find a circle. Take care of your mental, or it'll hurt you. If Rami and Basam can follow through their pain, then there is no excuse for us not to do the same. If love is the answer, then what is the question? If life is a test, what is the lesson? No time for drama and no time for stressing. Overlook my culture, that's a microaggression. If love is the answer, then what is the question? If life is a test, what is the lesson? No time for drama and no time for stressing. Overlook my culture, that's a microaggression. Thank you, Emmys. Thank you, Emmys, for everything. We love being here. Thank you.
Right the wrongs in history. No one can win a war individually. It takes the wisdom of the elders and young people's energy. Welcome to the story we call victory. The coming of the Lord. My eyes have seen the glory.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day.
Wow, wow, wow. Give it up one more time for Mighty Shades of Ebony, please. So, great morning to everyone. First and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Chris Rashid and Mighty Shades of Ebony. Hearing those gentlemen perform this morning certainly hit me here. Each and every last one of those young men I've intersected with in my previous life as principal at the W.E.B. Du Bois Academy. So, gentlemen, thank you for living that creed. I'm very proud of you all. Way to bring down the house. And once more, wow for Mighty Shades of Ebony. So they mentioned if life is a test, what is the lesson? No time for drama, no time for stressing. That should be stuck in everyone's mind this morning. So again, I'd like to welcome everyone as we kick off the 4th annual Emmys Awards here at Metro United Way. Thank you. First time that we've been in person. I am very excited to be your MC. My name is Robert Earl Gunn Jr. I always start out by saying it is a great day to be alive. And to any of my Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters here, es un gran día para estar vivo. Certainly want to give a shout out to Miss Shannon Cogan of Wave TV for narrating today's welcome message and also being our virtual MC for the first 3 years of the Emmy Awards. Before we get our awards started today, I certainly want to get us grounded, and I would be remiss if I didn't ask that as a city, as a room, as a community, we did not take a moment of silence, not just to reflect upon tragedies that have happened in our community over the course of the past week, but also tragedies that we've seen nationwide and in our community. So please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. So at Metro United Way, we work every day to proactively change the social determinants of education, economic mobility, as well as health in the greater Louisville region. We've just completed our 3-year transformation or 3-year transition from our old historical model to our new transactional and transformation model. Can we get a hand for that? So you will hear much more about our change and our transition as we go through the program, but let's go ahead and get things started today. Today we will stop to recognize and shine a spotlight. Our theme this year is shining beyond ourselves. So we want to shine a spotlight not just on individuals, but also organizations and everyone throughout this community that is helping empower Metro United Way to do the wonderful work that we're doing in the community. Y'all ready? That's not going to work. I hear my CEO laughing up here, so that's not going to work. Are y'all ready? Yeah. All right, well, let's get it going. First up, I would ask that you all please join me in welcoming Miss Mary Sullivan, who is our retired master community builder, and Miss Sullivan will be presenting the first award. Please give it up for Miss Sullivan.
Good morning. Let's see, where am I here? Thank you, Robert. I'm always humbled and honored to present this award that was named after myself and for my commitment to our community, our region, and to Metro United Way, where I was a staff member for 42 years. That even surprises me. This award, the Sullivan Service Award, recognizes a company, an organization, or an individual who has demonstrated extraordinary generosity of their time, their talent, and made a significant impact into our community and region. The 2023 Sullivan Service Award winner has shown his commitment to serving others throughout the years, and I'm thrilled to announce that this year's recipient of the Sullivan Service Award is Barry Barker. As he certainly has shown that lived the term, Metro United Way term, Live United. I will continue to speak as you view the video of Barry. Barry Barker has been actively involved as a volunteer for Metro United Way for more than a quarter century, serving in a variety of capacities, including chair of the Vital Neighborhood Community Investment Team, board member, board chair, and community investment chair. I would just like to stop right there for a minute. He was both board chair and community investment chair, which was formerly known as campaign chair, in the same year. Now, if that's not commitment, I don't know what is. He also has been the community impact cabinet member and the chair of that committee. At Metro United Way, we often wondered if he spent more time in our building on Broadway versus a TARC building. He has been a model in executive leadership that listens to and respects input and needs of our constituents and others. At any community table, Barry brought congeniality and cooperative thinking, clear logic, language, and incisive and decisive ideas built on community shared concerns. He shared his knowledge and ideas with humor and modesty. But when action was required, we knew that Barry would follow through on his commitments with every possible effort. And an example of this was to help Metro United Way and other youth-serving organizations expand the opportunities for young people, many of whom faced transportation obstacles to get to their favorite after-school time program. Barry committed TARC to explore alternative electronic passports for students during after-time school hours. Metro United Way and our entire community are fortunate that we have a leader who is fully committed to equity as Barry, because he understood living united and the greater role that transportation can play. And I'd just like to insert another little activity that Barry did. He committed to having a bumper sticker of Live United on all the TARC buses. And even today, there's some that still have those bumper stickers on. Some are a little bit worn, but every time I see one, I smile. Thank you, Barry. A former staff member, Suzanne Sexton Singh, when I contacted her about a possibility of Barry receiving this award, she said, "He was a mentor to me. I learned a lot from his down-to-earth demeanor, his ability to work with people of all backgrounds, his drive to make a difference, and his wonderful sense of humor. He had a knack for helping people feel at ease and working." Thanks, Barry, for your shared passion to Metro United Way and our region. It is my honor and privilege to present to you this year's 2023 Sullivan Service Award. Please come on up.
What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame. Yeah, yeah, what I got, full stock of thoughts and dreams to scatter. And you pull them all together, and I can't explain. Oh yeah, well, you. Wow. How's everybody? All right, everybody awake? Yeah, if you got here a little early and the band out in the hallway was something else. I want to thank everybody for this opportunity to buy a new suit. You all look great. The economy has taken a real plus, just the clothing. If you look around the room at the outfits and the spectacular. Seriously, Donna, thank you. Thank you, all of you for what you do. There is certainly nothing I could do that hasn't been bested by what I've gotten from United Way and from being part of the puzzle. You know, Mary mentioned Suzanne a little bit there, and what folks don't understand is that her dad worked at TARC, and we were in Frankfurt one day, and we were on the way back, and we're in the car, and Joe Tolan called me, and of course had to be hands-free. And he was calling me to tell me that he was giving Suzanne the job of heading Vital Neighborhoods. And her dad sitting there going. So that was one of the happy things. Listen, what we do as a community is fantastic. And what you all do lends to that quality of life. And if you should ever doubt it, and if you should ever have a moment, give me a call. I'll buy you whatever you're drinking that week. Thank you. I'm down on my daydream. Oh, that sleep should be over by now. I know. Yeah, you make my dreams come true.
All right. Well, congratulations, Mr. Barry Barker, on receiving this year's Sullivan Service Award. And since Barry did mention his new suit, I'm going to mention that Barry's birthday is coming up tomorrow. So I think it only makes sense for us to give Barry a birthday shout out while he's wearing his birthday suit. So on the count of 3, let's just say happy birthday, Barry. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Barry, in your birthday suit. All right, so at Metro United Way, we talk a lot about impact, but what does that actually mean? One official definition of impact is the powerful effect that something has on somebody or something. But shout out to Mr. Kent Euler, because he challenged myself and our team to truly define impact in Metro United Way's own words. So the way we define impact is positively affecting and empowering our community by removing barriers and shifting historical power structures that lead to transformative change. Let's take a quick look at some of this past impact in a quick video. So there's only so much that can be fit into a 2-minute video, but I certainly want to make sure that everyone understands the work that we're doing here at Metro United Way to make sure that we are positively impacting our community through our work with education, through our work in our economic mobility space, through our work with meeting basic needs of the community, volunteer engagement, as well as equity. So again, short video, but a lot of work. And thank you all again for those who are in this room, which everyone is who is doing that work and leading the work. Next up, we're going to get to another award, and it is my pleasure to introduce my esteemed colleague, Ms. Sabine Nassim, our Chief Development Officer, to present our next award. Sabine, come on up.
So glad Robert helped me out because I was so afraid I was going to trip. So thank you, Robert. Good morning, everyone. It's so great to see so many here to celebrate all the great work being done in our community. I mean, that video itself, there's moments of, I'm so proud, and then there's moments of, oh my gosh, and like all of you have been part of that. So thank you very, very much for being our partners. Sorry, just saw Lisa, hi. I'm honored to present this year's Community Cornerstone Award. This award recognizes a company that is all in its support of Metro United Way and our community, generating significant impact through its financial investments, leadership, employee engagement, and volunteer participation. Past award winners include Brown-Forman and GE Appliances. Our staff nominated 5 amazing companies this year, and our board, Community Impact Cabinet, and County Advisory Committees voted for the Emmys winner and accounted for 90% of that vote. Our voting form is open to all community members, accounting for 10% of the vote. That's the case for this award as well as upcoming awards that you will hear about this morning. This past year, over 400 companies connect with the Metro United Way. Let me repeat that. Over 400 companies participated with Metro United Way. 432 to be exact, but it's a huge celebration and definitely amazing to see that you're all part of this. So let's take a look at the nominees. Great. And the Community Cornerstone Emmy goes to our friends at Republic Bank. Come on up.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going in.
Good morning, friends. Now I know I passed out at least one cup of coffee. Good morning, friends. First and foremost, I would be remiss if I did not recognize Barry. I started at TARC when I was 14 years old, and in no uncertain terms, Barry said to his leadership team, I don't know how much you want to give or you can give, but you will give something to Metro United Way. And then sometime later, he said, what do you think about joining the board? I was like, that's great. And then Joe Tolan sent me a card and said, welcome to the board. So I am very honored to be here and accept this award on behalf of Republic Bank. We were in some really stiff competition, so thank you so much for this honor. I want to recognize a man I never met, Mr. Traeger, who put the DNA of community impact into the blood and the lifeline of Republic Bank. Last year, we celebrated 40 years, and we did so not by having a party or getting together and having a gala. We said we want to give to the community 40 acts of service, and we did that quickly and exceeded that number. And so I'm grateful to have the opportunity to represent this, to accept this award. And I want to recognize this fantastic table. We have previous internal campaign chairs. We have internal campaign chair leaders and so many people that have worked earnestly to make sure that Republic Bank continues the life of our impact, which is really great because that's our impact statement. So the one thing I will say before I leave, well, two things. One, look around the room and see somebody that you don't know. Louisville's small, but it's still really big. So say hi to somebody, hug somebody, exchange a card, and decide to go have coffee or lunch or whatever drink they choose, as Barry said, with that person, and figure out what their connection to Metro United Way is and find a way to work with them. And the last thing I will say is find a way to give, advocate, and volunteer in however your heart shows up. Thank you for this honor, and I certainly hope that you all have a beautiful day and that this is a great start to the rest of your week. Thank you.
They can share the night, it goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night.
All right. Well, congratulations to the amazing team at Republic Bank. Also, congratulations to all of the nominees for that Emmy Award. At Republic Bank, I know your slogan is, "It's just easier here." So thank you for your continued commitment to our local community. Republic just celebrated 40 years of caring. So thank you all again for your service. So from 40 years to more than 100 years, Metro United Way has been in our community supporting individuals and families. Today, we unite empowered communities by investing in issues and solutions at the root cause to get the outcomes that we want at Metro United Way. The next award highlights some individuals, companies, and organizations who are leading the way in rewriting the narrative and addressing persistent inequities in the DE&I space, the diversity, equity, and inclusion space. And also, Trent and I were just in a recent meeting, and we also learned that there is now DEIA, and that A is for access and accessibility for others in our community as well. So, to present this next award, please welcome my esteemed colleague, Mr. Trent Finley, our Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
Thank you, Robert. It's truly an honor to be involved in our 4th annual Community Impact Awards. This award recognizes a company, organization, or individual who has been critical in Metro United Way's ability to raise awareness on equity-related issues and improve equitable outcomes. Previous winners have been Dave Christopher and AMPT, the Muhammad Ali Center, and Yum Brands. Let's take a look at the nominees. And the winner is Alicia McClain.
some folks did a really good job keeping that a secret. Somebody was like, well, thanks for being here. And I was like, I didn't get it. Okay. You all really do a good job of keeping this under wraps, because I was like, well, I'll just show up with my family and we'll see how it goes. It's an honor to have been even nominated. My name is Alicia McLean. I work specifically with diversity, equity, inclusion, and access in technology in particular, and recognizing that our communities are not problems to be solved, but rather assets to be highlighted, and that technology can be that medium to move social progress forward and make change happen. It is an honor not just to accept and be nominated for this award, but also to work with great partners like Metro United Way. And I want to specifically say thank you to John, who has been a champion of the work that we're doing with patience and kindness and patience around innovating ideas on how we can increase equity in the technology sector. To all of the other nominees, congratulations, and excited to continue to partner with Metro United Way in advancing change in our community. Thank you.
All right, so another congratulations to Miss Alicia McLean for receiving the Changing Narrative Award. And I will say that I noticed, I like the way that this crowd moves a little bit. That song started playing, I saw, especially from this table right here in the middle. Yeah, I saw y'all doing a little something. If I could sing, I would sing it for you all, but I can't, so we'll just let them do that. But back to Alicia, you are truly a gem, and we appreciate you spreading your light in our community. As a former school teacher, I can relate to your passion and everything that it takes to be inside of a classroom and inside of a school building. So much so, there will be a quiz later. For everyone in the audience, that's a true story. True story, so be ready for that. But it's your passion through promoting equity through your nonprofit technique to address these disparities and build in our community. So we wanted to, again, thank you and congratulate you and the other candidates for the Changing the Narrative Award. Next up, we're going to keep this show going. I'm going to invite our director from Southern Indiana, Miss Pam Ottersbach, to come to the stage and present our next award.
Good morning, and thank you, Robert. So I am honored to have the opportunity to present the Game Changer Award. The Game Changer Award recognizes an individual or organization who, in partnership with Metro United Way, is changing lives in our community through innovation, persistence, and passion. This award not only shows one's commitment to their community, but their ability to do so in new and different ways. Previous winners of this award include the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana, the Louisville Urban League, and Tom McGinnis. Let's look at this year's nominees. The winner of the 2023 Game Changer Award is, had to bring my Emmys envelope. Josh Kornberg. Congratulations, Josh, for the work you do to innovate our work here at Metro United Way.
Once I was afraid, but then you came along. You put your faith in me, and I was challenged to be strong. When I lost my way, you were there to see me through. Now let Lola lend some love and do the same for you. Be the fire.
Well, good morning. What an incredible honor. If you don't, okay, so that song is like my anthem. My favorite musical is Kinky Boots. Why? I don't know, I just love it. Something about bringing each other up, I don't know. And the music is great. I love some Cyndi Lauper. Anyway, this is an incredible honor, and I just want to say thank you so much for the nomination and for getting this award today. When I started my Metro United Way journey a few years ago, I really had very little understanding of what was actually happening within the organization and the impact that they were making, other than we were giving money to the community. And so over the last several years, I've really had the opportunity to learn about what Metro United Way is actually doing in our community. And today I can stand here and say I feel like I have a small role to play in the evolution of Metro United Way and the new story that we're embarking on. From an organization that has been a clearinghouse to many nonprofits in our community, to now being an organization that strives to make community impact, to touch every life in our community. That's why I'm proud to partner with Metro United Way. I would like to thank my friend Pam, who does a lot of the impact work in Southern Indiana. She has been a visionary for our new investment model on the other side of the Ohio. And I'm really proud about the work that we are doing in our economic mobility work, specifically around housing. There's some incredible work that's being done, all because of the unique vision and plan that has been put forward because of Metro United Way. To Adria, the executive leadership team, staff, the legion of volunteers and donors who continue to make this work possible, I simply would like to say thank you so much, and it's because of your support that we are here today to celebrate. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
To elevate you when you struggle to stand, we'll take a helping hand.
Look out below, here comes Dawn. And Dawn has brought some friends along. When you're stuck inside uncertainty, then the ones you love.
All right. Well, Pam, you really had an envelope up here with the Emmy in it. So as we go from birthday suits for Barry and kinky boots for Josh, we're certainly going to keep this party going this morning. So another big congrats to Josh Kornberg with the Caesars Foundation. As I just whispered in your ear. Oh, yeah, we can give it up. Sorry. Thank you for your leadership and your innovation, Josh. Your work with the Southern Indiana Housing Pilot had made an enormous impact. And thank you for your time and commitment as our current board vice chair and helping us and being an integral part of our 5-year strategic plan. So we've only got one Emmy Award remaining this morning. We've only got one more Emmy Award remaining this morning. Okay. But before that, we have a very special award. So last month at the Kentucky Boys and Girls Club event, the Sneaker Ball, we announced this very special award that will be given every year to honor our wonderful president and CEO, Adria Johnson. Her son, KJ Rhodes, who many of you know, was taken from us in November. To award this scholarship winner, I want to welcome the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club. And as he is coming up, he is my predecessor, Daryl Unseld Jr. And one of the things that I will say about Daryl as he is coming to the stage is anyone in this country that works for a Metro United Way or a United Way and they have the term Chief Diversity Officer or Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer in their title, Daryl was the first. Not just in Louisville, not just in our region, but in the nation. So, very excited to invite Daryl up. Also, coming up with Daryl is, of course, our wonderful CEO, Miss Adria Johnson. And as I'm introducing Adria up, just certainly wanted to take the time for everyone in this room to acknowledge I have worked my entire life. I know, Sister Duncan, you said you started at 14. I was out in the cornfield shucking corn in Indiana at the age of 12. So long work history, but I have yet to meet a leader that inspires me more, that is more passionate, more caring, more committed, and more loving to not just a staff, but an entire community. So Adria, we love you, and we appreciate everything that you do. And last but not least, accompanying Adria and Daryl to the stage is Miss Brinley Rhodes, who is Adria's daughter. So as you all come up to the stage, let's take a quick look at this video and learn more about this special award.
Hi, my name is Adria Johnson, and I had the blessing and the honor of being KJ's mom for the 29 years that we were blessed to have him on this earth with us. As many in this community know, my son and his younger brother lost their lives due to a tragic accident back in November. And while it's about the worst tragedy that any family can ever experience, there is a blessing in the pain. And part of the blessing in the pain is our ability to pay it forward. I knew that I wanted to do something to honor my son's legacy. Once we had word of the accident that had happened and we're spending our last days preparing to let him go and watching him, struggle with his injuries and also cope with the reality of what those injuries meant. I had some that were immediately reaching out in the outpouring of support that we experienced as a family to just say, how can we help? And for me as his mom, one of the immediate things that came to mind was, asking people to help us set up a scholarship fund in his honor. As I think about my son and the goals that he had for himself in life and those that were near and dear to him and where he was channeling his energy and his efforts and his advocacy and his quest for social justice, I know that making a way and creating opportunities for those that needed opportunities was important to him. And so this felt like a very natural thing to do. The sheer outpouring of support that has come in to allow us to set up this fund that came in quick and mighty. I've been overwhelmed by that, humbled by that, and am incredibly appreciative and grateful for that and what that will allow us to do in his honor, not just for this inaugural year, but hopefully many, many, many years to come. There just aren't words to express the immense loss that we feel with not having him with us, but to know that his spirit and his legacy live on in many ways, and this is another way in which it does, just means the world to me and my family. And so to the young lady that is this year's recipient, I am so grateful for the opportunity to see this award given to you in this inaugural year. I look forward to all that you will go on and accomplish in life. I hope that you will keep us updated on your success and your journey. And I just cannot say thank you enough to this community for showing up in an incredibly meaningful way for me, my daughter, the rest of KJ's family. Just thank you.
So first of all, thank you for allowing me to be here today. When Adria asked me to do this a few months ago, I was moved to tears. My relationship with KJ started off as a casual conversation between colleagues some years ago when Adria just simply said, "I want you to meet my son." I never knew how KJ would influence me as an individual and as a person and how I would influence him. I also want to acknowledge that, the strength, the tenacity, and the courage that Adria has showed over the last couple of years in navigating the challenges that her family is a testament to her great leadership and her family's leadership. So thank you again, Adria and Brinley, for allowing me to be here. As most of you know or heard, I spent over a decade here working with my MUW family, and I'm super, super proud of the work that they continue to do and lead, particularly their investments in what I truly believe is the greatest commodity in our community, and that's young people. One of those young people that I'm super, super proud of today is the recipient of the first annual Kin Fund Scholarship. And what I could tell you that, she is a shining star. She is our local Youth of the Year, Boys and Girls Club of Kentucky Youth of the Year. And starting tomorrow, she'll be competing at the state level with 10 other Boys and Girls Clubs from around the state are descending on Louisville for our state Youth of the Year competition. So please send well wishes to our young person, and I want to welcome her up to the stage, Christine Remio.
Best. You can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You could beat the world, you could beat the war. You could talk to God, go banging on his door.
Hi everyone. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to Miss Adria and her family for not only believing in me but choosing me to helping me spread my message by, let's say, funding my college experience, but also letting me know that they're here for me when I need them. I want to thank my Boys and Girls Club family, Mr. Darrell. They always support me throughout whatever, and it still feels unreal. Just thank you. That's about it.
Thank you, Darrell and Robert, and especially Christine. You have no idea how much this means to Brinley and I and the rest of our family. And I'm sincerely grateful that KJ's legacy will continue to shine through our young leaders in our community. I did call KJ my sunshine, so I love that the physical award that was chosen to represent that and looks like the sun. He was definitely the light in our lives, and it is so fitting to honor you, Christine, here at the Emmys, where we shine beyond ourselves. This has already been such an incredible morning. Barry was right. We all look really, really sharp. So I'm honored and inspired to work alongside so many wonderful individuals and organizations in our community. Congratulations are in order for our deserving nominees and winners today. So let's give everyone that's been awarded so far another round of applause. We are so very lucky to be part of a community that is rich with impactful nonprofit partners and leaders, generous corporate citizens, volunteers, and other community leaders. Before we present that last award of the morning, I'd like to share a short video from United Way Worldwide's new president and CEO, Angela Williams.
Good morning to the entire Metro United Way family. I'm Angela Williams, President and CEO of United Way Worldwide, and I'm honored to join today's celebration. The theme for today's awards, Shining Beyond Ourselves, is such a beautiful description of our United Way mission. As the daughter of civil rights activists and as a Black woman who has dedicated my life to serving others, from the military to the church pulpit to the nonprofit sector. I know that none of us can go it alone. If we are to do some good in this world, we must lift others up as we climb and move from me to we, trusting that we will go farther when we go together. We also must be brave enough to bring our full, authentic selves to our work, never back down from fighting the good fight, and always put others first. If we do, we will begin to shine the kind of light this world so desperately needs. Around the world, people like you are coming together to help our neighbors in need through United Way. Passionate and dedicated United Way leaders and staff are galvanizing people to invest in your communities. Donors and volunteers are giving dollars and time. All together, you're helping your community become more resilient, more equitable, and a place where everyone can thrive. Metro United Way has created an incredible example of how to integrate equity across your work, recognizing that systemic community challenges are often rooted in multiple causes and establishing a new impact model which moves from transactional to transformational and from investing in nonprofits to investing in issues and solutions. On behalf of the leaders and staff across our global network, thank you for all you're doing to make your community a better place. And to each of today's honorees, thank you for using your shining light to illuminate the Metro United Way community. Congratulations.
Thanks to Angela, who has been an amazing leader of our worldwide network in her very short tenure, working with 1,800 local United Ways across the globe, one of the largest nonprofits in the world. I've been in my new role as president and CEO for a little over a year and a half, but as you know, Metro United Way has been in our community improving lives and creating change for more than 105 years. Today, we are working to create a culture of trust-based philanthropy that addresses inherent power imbalances, dismantles systemic racism, and accelerates strategic investments to create positive, sustainable change. Our continued investment in the humanity and potential of every single person across Shelby, Oldham, Bullitt, Clark, Floyd, Harrison, and Jefferson counties, all of Greater Louisville, has only grown stronger. We are a community that can embrace change, take on the biggest challenges confronting us, and transform our own future. Thank you for joining us today and standing with us as we live united, as we work all together to make dreams a reality for everyone. We have one more award to present, but I would be remiss if I did not take the time to acknowledge and thank this year's Community Investment Chairs, Kent and Kathy Euler. Kathy could not be with us today, but Kent is here joining us. They both are true champions of Metro United Way and our entire community, and we want to thank them for their leadership, time, expertise, connections, ideas, and guidance this past year. I also want to thank Logan and Dixie Pichelle for being this upcoming year's Community Investment Chairs. We are so blessed to have such wonderful community leaders willing to volunteer their valuable time in order to help us achieve our mission. Would you please come up?
Thank you, Adria. Appreciate that. Good morning, everyone. And I am very, very excited to be here today and celebrate the Emmys. Congratulations to all of the honorees and the nominees for those awards. Could we have one more round of applause for that? My wife, Kathy, and I served as chairs for the just completed 2023 Community Investment Campaign. We were honored to work with an outstanding group of volunteers and staff every one of which was dedicated to raising the funds that we need to make sustainable change in our community. This campaign was one of the most pivotal in the 105-year history of United Way. We set goals for the campaign that went well beyond the millions of dollars that were raised. First and foremost, we completed our 3-year transition from a community chest model to a community impact model. In doing so, we no longer counted donations that were directed outside of our impact pillars. This transition required us to be honest with ourselves and with our donors. It has diversified and expanded the revenue streams well beyond the workplace campaigns. It has put Metro United Way years ahead of most other United Ways in the United States, and it's prepared us to be relevant and sustainable for many decades to come. Another goal we had was to establish a leadership ladder that ensures consistency and preparedness in our campaign leadership. That goal resulted in our incoming campaign chairs, Dixie and Logan Pichelle, being part of our cabinet as they learned the ropes of the campaign. Through United Way, we've become friends and colleagues, and I can tell you that they are very well prepared to lead our next campaign. I could not be more pleased and excited to introduce our 2024 Community Investment Campaign chairs, my friends Dixie and Logan Pichelle.
Thank you. I'm Logan Pichelle. This is my beautiful wife, Dixie, President and CEO of Republic Bank. Kent and Kathy, thank you for just a fantastic campaign that you ran. But most importantly, Kent and Kathy, it's what you do every day to support our community here in Louisville. Thank you very much for everything you did. So when Dixie and I were asked, would we run the campaign, we're all in. We love it. We love the United Way. We love the community. If there was any doubt, just so you all know, Kent's on our board at Republic Bank. No way was I saying no to that. So we're in, and we're honored. We're so excited. If you haven't met my lovely wife, Dixie, and had the pleasure of getting to know her, you will. Let me just share 2 quick anecdotes about Dixie. A couple of weeks ago, somebody asked her, Dixie, if you were a food, what would you be? She said, oh, champagne. I'm bubbly and a little sweet. And a couple of years ago, Dixie served on a campaign just like this, and when it was over, I talked to the campaign chair, ran into the campaign chair, and she said, you know what, Logan, everybody needs a little Dixie in their life. So thank you. Thank you for sharing it with me. So we moved to Louisville almost 3 years ago to join Republic Bank, and as Ashley said so well in her comments, Republic Bank and the Traeger family, just a wonderful culture of caring for clients, caring for fellow associates, and caring for the community and all parts of the community. You can't drive around Louisville and not see Republic Bank Foundation and the Traeger family name all over this city and what they do for this community. And we've been blessed to be part of that organization and that family. But we all know Louisville, wonderful city. It didn't take us long to fall in love with it. There's a lot of fantastic things about this fantastic, wonderful city. But it is influenced by a couple of items. The first, horse racing, right? It's Derby season. Everybody's excited. It's the 50th anniversary of Secretariat. We all know it. You've probably all seen the movie. You've read all the articles about Secretariat. And remember the story. Secretariat, a sure winner of Derby. I mean, as they were leading up to the race, to the Derby race, Secretariat was winning every race by big margins. As it was all in. Secretariat was going to win it until 2 weeks before the race. At the Wood Memorial Stakes, Secretariat, 2 weeks before Derby, comes in 3rd place. And then the doubters came. Oh, they've trained Secretariat too hard. Secretariat's run out of energy. Secretariat, he's injured. They didn't know what it was, but they knew that there was some doubt. 2 weeks later, in the Derby, Secretariat becomes the first horse to finish the race in under 2 minutes, and to this day, 50 years later, still has the track record at the Kentucky Derby and goes on to be a Triple Crown winner. After Secretariat dies, they realize that Secretariat had a heart 3 times the size of the average horse's heart. And that was one of the reasons for such tremendous performance. The Louisville community in the last 3 years has faced some challenges, like Secretariat did 2 weeks before the Derby. We can't ignore it. We have a lot of friends. We have a lot of family. We have a lot of neighbors. We have a lot of people that we've not had the pleasure of meeting yet, who are in need, who are hurting, who need our help. And as a community, we're here to help. It's time for us to stand up. It's time for us to lean in. It's time for us to do more. And I can't thank you. And we need to help all parts of our community. And it takes an organization. It takes a number of companies and individuals to help those that are in need. I can't think of a better organization than the United Way to be able to lead our ability to help those that are in need. Why? Because of breadth and depth. The United Way, Metro United Way, has relationships with over 125 community organizations, agencies in our community. Any need someone has, one of our neighbors, one of our friends, one of our family, and we all go through it. We all have needs. The United Way has an agency and an organization. They have a relationship to help. And in addition, as Adria showed, the United Way, Metro United Way covers 7 communities. There isn't anybody out there in need that we can't touch through the United Way and their relationships with the different agencies. So in the memory and spirit of Secretariat, what Dixie and I would like to ask you to do is expand your hearts and think about setting your own either corporate or personal record for giving as we think about this year's campaign. Now, I did say there's 2 things that influence Louisville. One is horse racing, the other one is bourbon, right? So as you think about your donation, your corporate donation or your personal donation, grab your favorite bourbon, enjoy a really generous pour as you think about a really generous donation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are excited for next year's campaign already. So Live United, that has been our tagline for many years, and those 2 words mean so much. We win when we live united, by forging powerful partnerships, by finding new solutions to old problems, by mobilizing resources, and by inspiring individuals to join us and their neighbors to overcome our most daunting social crises. With the divisiveness and isolation that today's world can sometimes bring, it is extremely important that we recognize those who are leading the way and showing the way by living united. When tragedy strikes, as it did last week, we live united. This award recognizes an individual or individuals whose exceptional leadership, passion, and engagement is improving the lives of individuals and families in our community today and for future generations. Previous winners include Audwin Helton, Elaine Gravette, and Dr. Karen Cost and Dr. J.R. Curtin. Let's take a look at the nominees. Don't have an envelope, but the winner of the 2023 Live United Emmy is Ashley Butler. Congratulations. Woo!
Wow, I did not expect that at all. That was an incredible group of people to be nominated with. I love Louisville. We moved back when I was pregnant with my daughter Claire. And what many of you might not know, because a lot has changed at Metro United Way, was that Metro United Way was the very first grant that I ever participated in, and it was for increasing the wages for childcare workers in low-income communities. And first of all, it's just an honor to be able to do that kind of thing, but it also was, it just ignited a passion in me for early childhood that still exists and it continues to this day. And so I'm really grateful for that little meeting with Joe Tolan and Jennifer Adrio in a coffee shop on Main Street. But Metro United Way, I want to thank everyone at Metro United Way, specifically because they were kind of like a doorway into the philanthropic community, and also to learn about the incredible nonprofits that we have in our community that are doing incredible work day in and day out. And so they just deserve that recognition. And so I just want to thank everyone for this honor. I love this city. And I just am very grateful for the people in this room and for our community and the way that we can grow together. And so thank you for this. I appreciate it.
We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah.
All right, well, congratulations one more time for Miss Ashley Butler. Also, a congratulations to all of our winners today. We have a special gift for everyone in the room. So you'll see our wonderful Metro United Way staff members are going to be coming around. But before that, I felt like I needed to tell Daryl a little secret. So Daryl, in the community, sometimes folks are having, problems understanding, well, what is Metro United Way doing now from the historic model or the old model to the transformational model or the new model? So I've took it upon myself to give a quick joke to give everyone an understanding of what that means. So if you think about the old model, the historical model, you think about Daryl. If you think about the new transformative model, you think about your MC this morning. Thank you very much. So Daryl, I've been telling that joke and you just hadn't heard it yet, so I wanted you to hear it from me. Okay, so I told you all there would be a quiz today, and there really will be. So as Alicia, when I gave her shout out earlier as an educator, one of the things that teachers often do, well, let me start this over. In 20 years of education, I never once met a bad student. In 20 years of teaching, I never once met a bad student. However, I heard a bunch of bad instructions. So as these things are coming out, I'm going to put the Robert Earl Gunn Jr. teacher hat on, the Mr. Gunn or the principal Gunn on. So we intentionally did not give these to you all early. Because as I can see from Daryl, who I'd have been close to in the classroom, he's already shining. So I have some instructions. Some instructions for you all. So if you have already started to shine your light, that's not your fault. Not a bad student. I didn't give great instructions. So from this point on, please stop shining your light if you're shining your light. So that's the first instruction. I told you all earlier it's going to be a quiz. If I do a good job of giving these instructions, you'll do a good job of answering these questions. So no one shine the light. But what this light will signify is shortly I will start giving you all some prompts. Our theme today is shining beyond ourselves. So we want to give you all the opportunity so we can see a visual representation of what that actually looks like. So I will give you a prompt. If the prompt that I give you corresponds with you or your role or what you do, I want you to do two things. How many things do I want you to do? Two. First, stand up on your feet. Second, you will shine your light into the air. Now, teacher in me, I know you're like, okay, Mr. Gunn, I got it. There's two things I need to do. One, I need to stand up. Two, I need to shine this light. But do I keep standing? How long do I shine my light? I'm glad that you asked, class. So, when I give you a prompt that corresponds with you, number one, you're going to stand on your feet. You will remain standing. You will not sit down. And if I say something that corresponds with you, you're going to shine your light. But Mr. Gunn, you didn't answer that question. When does this light stop shining? When I go to the next prompt. So, you will stand, you will shine your light will keep shining until I start talking about the next prompt, then your light will go out. Any questions? Now, as a good teacher, I understand classes they can look at you, oh, I got it, Mr. Gunn, nod your head, but I'm going to ask a question because I need to verify you all got it. So one more time, safe space. Does anyone have any questions before I start calling on random people to answer my question? Yes, sir. Oh, you know the deal, stand and deliver. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Great question. Thank you very much. I knew I could count on my young men from the W.E.B. Du Bois Academy. Yes, sir, that is yours to keep. And thank you for not shining your light as you asked that question. All right, so are you all ready? Okay, so Daryl, you were the first person I saw shining your light, so I'm going to ask you a question. Daryl, if I say something that corresponds with you, what two things do you do? Take your time.
Impersonate Robert Gunn.
Okay. What else?
And support young people.
Absolutely. So, Daryl, this is where the teacher and me will say your answer is not wrong. Great answer. But, Daryl, I'm going to let you phone a friend. Call me. Call me.
Call you?
Yes, sir.
I like to call Robert Gunn.
Yes, sir. So, Daryl, what you're going to do, if I say something that corresponds with you, in addition to loving young people and all the wonderful stuff you do as the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club, you are also going to stand on your feet and shine your light.
I got a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
In what direction do I shine?
Straight up towards the sky. Excellent question. And Daryl, that's important because later on I'm going to give you instructions to point your light somewhere else. Okay, so as we shine beyond ourselves, please stand, remain standing, and shine your light straight to the sky if you are a Metro United Way staff member. Yeah, and it's okay to make noise and cheer during that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please stand and shine your light if you are a board member of Metro United Way. Okay, keep it shining, keep it shining. Thank you very much. Please stand if you have volunteered on any advisory council, impact community meeting. If you've done any volunteerism whatsoever for Metro United Way, please stand and let your light shine. Okay. Remember, keep standing. Please stand if your organization or if you as an individual have helped support the wonderful work at Metro United Way. Stand and let your light shine. Hey, we getting a little weak. Hey, Du Bois table. I'm gonna need y'all to help out with the cheering. Getting a little low in here. Okay, next up, if you've attended Beyond Buzzwords, a racial wealth gap simulation, shine your light. All right. If you participated in Black Love, shine your light. If you or anyone that you know has participated in the ages and stages or any early childhood work, please stand and let your light shine. If you or anyone that you know has been impacted and positively affected by the work that we do at Metro United Way, please stand and let your light shine. Excellent. As I look around, I don't see too many individuals who are still standing or who are still sitting, but I will say, if you believe in the work and the mission that we do each and every day at Metro United Way, please stand and let your light shine. There we are. So, last but not least, Daryl, you asked a great question at the beginning, where to shine your light. At this time, I'm going to throw my shades on because you all aren't pointing your lights at me, but you are pointing them to the stage so we can get a photo of what it looks like to see all of you wonderful individuals, organizations, corporations, people that believe in our work, letting your light shine. So please shine your lights directly towards myself and the stage as we get this photo. All right. Last but certainly not least, want to thank everyone again for being here. As I look around the room, it is a very powerful moment for me to see all of these lights shining. I certainly want to make sure that we recognize Jeffersonville High School. That was the wonderful jazz ensemble that you heard playing earlier. Also, I want to take this time to certainly recognize our spectacular marketing team. This is not in the Run of Show. They will not ask for thanks, but to Melody, to Alex, to Tasha, to Jill, to Laurel, thank you all very much for putting on a great event. And as we close out this year's Emmys, we are going to bring the lovely, the talented, the wonderful Mighty Shades of Ebony back to the stage to close out our program.
I really like this flashlight.
It's yours. Go get him.
First class. MSC will put you in.
Perfect every day, we was tearing down walls. Been an activist, I ain't worried about applause. Up in Chi-Town, like it's my town, making noise. Making policies that affected our choice. Hey, DC with the freedom riders, making a mark. Poetry and open mics in Cherokee Park. Up in Shopley, we was lively, getting lit. We had 2 releases, each one was a hit.
Okay, I can only dream of how we made it here.
Where?
Made it at the Capitol, we made it there.
Okay.
Big puppet dance, call us puppeteers. That's a hip hopper. Yeah. Musical theater, we are showstoppers. We only going up like the opposite of gravity. We slice haters in half, another fatality. MSC can put you in. First. Are you ready? Some people playing games like it's 2K on the Xbox. I know they praying they could be a second kick rock. Speaking of rocks, we are rockstar status. Mesmerize the crowd with the rhyme apparatus. Hold on real quick, let a youngin' switch the flow. Claim that they him, but they really ain't Jack. MSC real deal, put the feel on the map. Coach McCann said we flow like the wind and sting like a bee. Shout out to Muhammad Ali and the Botanical, the video release was fantastic, yo. No, we not beginners. A paragon, me, not the after school dinner. Urban educators in the summer and the winter in the higher estate. Said one of our senators, he looked me in my eye and said the sky is the limit. First class. OG blueprint, pioneers,
We step on stages.
the people that cheer, big dog status.
Yeah,
usual. You on our level, your mind is delusional.
Off we imitated
Like dirty black jockeys.
Sometimes we're confident,
Others call us cocky.
Hey, Jack was popular every time shocking.
Okay.
Don't look past.
We are first class. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Metro United Way. That song is dedicated to Jack Harlow. Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Appreciate it. The song was dedicated to Jack Harlow. You want me to put